I love classic LEGO Pirates series, and I'm really glad that lately LEGO themselves have been like reimagining and modernizing some of those classic sets. However, there are also plenty of mock sets that you can get online, kind of like reimagining classic LEGO Pirates theme. And I was able to find one such set on AliExpress for roughly around 28 euros. However, after all the promotion discounts and coupons and everything, I only paid something like 21 euros. Well, this set is supposed to be like a reimagination of the classic 1989's Sabre Island set from like LEGO Pirates series, and I am very excited to build it. But to build the set, I needed the instructions, and the instructions for this set actually comes like in a digital form. Well, here on the packaging, we have these QR codes that were supposed to lead me to my instructions. However, they led me to this huge Google Drive where there were like plenty of instructions except the ones that I needed. However, luckily for me, I was able to contact the seller and he really quickly sent me the correct instructions. And at least for once I can say that I came across like a very good seller on AliExpress. But okay, here we can see that all the parts come in two bags, however they are not like labeled with any numbers. So actually there isn't much else I can tell you about this set right now. So right now I will assemble the set and then I will judge it and tell you all about it. So see you in a bit! Well, as you can see, it is done. However, it actually has been a little more than 2 weeks since I filmed the intro of this video, and that's just because this set had some parts missing. So what happened was, as I started building the set, I noticed that I had one type of part like completely missing in the set, and actually I needed 8 of those parts, and actually there was also this large flag missing and another white bit missing over here. However, I was able to contact the seller and he actually replied immediately, so I gave him the part list and he actually sent me the missing parts without any hassle. All I had to do was only to put an order on this listing that cost me an extra 1 euro cent. And yes, he was able to take all the parts that I needed and send them to me without any extra cost. So what I want to point out is the fact that I think this seller is really good because he did his part. Although I had the pieces missing, he resent them and everything worked out for me, and yeah, this is a rarity on AliExpress. So, other than missing parts, what was the rest of the experience regarding building this set? So first of all, I want to point out that there were some differences between the manual and the blocks that we got in the set, and it wasn't anything crazy. There was this one place where instead of like 4x6 pieces, we actually used like 3 of 2x4 pieces, and that's all fine. Next, in step 16, I had to use 2 of these pieces. Basically, I needed to put them against one another. However, it doesn't work that way with these bricks, and I think that's because this has been designed with the Lego bricks in mind, and these molds are just a little bit different, so they actually don't fit the way the Lego pieces does. And so I ended up without placing this one in the place that it was supposed to go, just because I couldn't fit it. But at the same time, I want to say that the instruction manual is actually pretty good. There isn't much to complain about, although I want to mention that in some cases, like, I felt that the viewing angles were a little bit confusing. Maybe that's not the correct way to say it, but at least I would prefer it to be like shown from another angle. Moving forward, I want to say that the plastic quality for this set isn't too bad. It feels a little stiff, it feels a little bit harder than the original Lego stuff does. Therefore also the fitting of the bricks might feel a little tight. However, that being said, it isn't too bad because in the end the pieces stay together and I didn't have like any plastic leftovers on them, so that's good. So how about now we take a closer look at this thing, and I must say I really love this set. I think this is like such a nice looking thing. So we have over here a boat with an oar and a treasure chest that is empty, but I mean it does look great, and the boat itself is molded really nicely and it doesn't have any like weird plastic on it and it looks good. We have a flag here at the end that doesn't have any printing on it, or there were also no stickers with this set, but that was said in the listing, so I do not hold it against the seller. And if I really want to, I can just print my own stickers and put them on these like clear flag pieces. Next, this is the main tower thing, and here we see that it does have a lot of detail. I really like how they do these like sand bits and stone bits around this thing. It just really looks nice in my opinion. We do have a little bit of grass sticking through the rocks. At the front over here we have a cannon that is actually turning. Then we have this barrel with an old-timey pistol in it. There's also an old-timey rifle over here. Then we have this key that is hanging next to this prison cell. And actually inside the cell there is a bone over there, and actually that is also the place where I couldn't fit that like brown block in over there. Another really nice detail is this lantern that is just hanging right next to this tower. Moving upwards, we can see that there is this like window that we can actually remove to access the interior of the tower. There's not much there. There is just this one sword hanging over there, and this wall actually is supposed to be easily removable because it's just been held in place by these two dots over here, and it actually works really well. And finally, at the very top of the tower we have another one of those like old looking rifles and this large flag over here, which once again is absolutely white with no printing on it. And here at the side I can point out that there is a palm tree over here which is a little loose, but it's fine. However, I also want to point out that there is this like an oversight when it comes to like design of this thing, because this corner piece is held in place just by this one dot over here. And if I'm like picking this tower up like in my hands, it tends to fall off. But in the end I want to say that I really do like this set a lot. I do feel that this is really faithful to the theme of pirates and I absolutely love it. And last thing I want to mention that I did get few spare bits with this set. And now let's put this experience into my tier list, and this time I think this set deserves a solid B rating, because the brick quality in my opinion is mid to good, and I really love this design. However, I also must consider the fact that I didn't got all the pieces right away, and there was a little bit of waiting involved when it came to actually finishing this set. But now I want to say a huge thank you for joining me today and watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like and drop a comment. What do you think about these reimaginations of like classic LEGO Pirates stuff? Also, if you want to see more content like this where I look at these fake Legos, non-printed bricks and all sorts of other stuff I find on the internet, maybe subscribe to my channel. Huge thank you for watching one more time, and I hope to see you guys next time. And what I'm gonna do right now, I'm just gonna play with my new set. I'm gonna bust out my old Lego figures. And I mean, these guys finally have their own tower over here, right? Nice. How about I add some pirates too? Yeah, and there's a chieftain of pirates. How about he's getting into the boat? And what else? Oh, we have to add some monkeys. And more pirates, and more pirates. And then how about some islanders and some gators and skeletons and treasure with like parrots and more pirates and more pirates. Ah! Bye.